We found a giant mystery on Google Earth. It was my dad who found this one, and we've never seen anything quite like this. What is it? There's much more to this story than just a big pile of dirt. If you look close, there's something unusual going on here. It stands out and doesn't look natural. Is there something hidden here? That's what we're going to try to figure out on this episode. There appears to be a giant half circle of gravel near the bottom and a dished out bowl inside the half circle. In the middle of that, there's a strange mound sticking up, which also has gravel in it. The mound is extra strange because there appears to be a nearly perfect geometric square inside of it, which can be seen from both Google Earth and the drone footage. It's almost as if it seems like there might be a structure buried underneath. We've studied the geology and history of this area for years, and we're still not sure what it is. We thought that it might be some kind of ancient farm due to the drainage creek flowing into it and the lines going through it, and also old historical archeological reports of this area showed that it was a very active place for ancient people. I guess it's possible that it could be something more modern. However, it's decently far out in the wilderness with no houses nearby for miles. There's a dirt road about 700 feet away, but there is no obvious connection between the two. I struggle to understand how natural erosion could cause this to form, especially the square shape and all the straight lines. In some ways, it kind of looks like an impact crater. Could it possibly be a meteorite impact zone or a crashed UFO? Mostly joking with that last one, though the thought did admittedly cross my mind. Or maybe it could be some kind of natural geologic anomaly or oddity. But even after investigating on foot and with the drone, we still don't know for sure. Maybe you could help us figure it out. Do you have any idea of what it might be?
Something strange happened here. Thanks to Google Earth, we may have discovered something important that has never been found before. More than 100 years ago, early archaeology experts that studied this area said that there were extensive archaic Native American sites found in this vicinity. These sites, however, were not likely from ancient Puebloan people, and in that case they would be much older than 1,500 years or so, because archaic sites would date back 2,000 to 4,000 years or more. This was a time when the climate was wetter and cooler than it is now, and farming was occurring at least sporadically in many places of the Southwest with some degree of reliance. Floodwater dry farming techniques were common before the advent of irrigation ditches that were being used on perpetual waterways. It was somewhere around 300 AD when the Hohokam showed up in the Verde Valley and taught irrigation skills to archaic and/or Patayan people living here at that time. We found what looks like lines or possibly furrows in the shape of a fan, that includes a mystery mound with a square formation at the point of water runoff convergence. It looks like floodwater potentially enters this somewhat flat and slightly bowl-shaped area, which is close to the size of an acre, around 44,000 square feet. If just corn was grown, a seasonal yield was probably between 500 and 1,000 pounds. I think this 1-acre plot might just be hidden history that may be very old, possibly thousands of years. Because apparently a foot or two under the surface of the ground, there is a well-defined layer of sorted gravel that possibly came from flooding of the main channel, coming from the adjacent drainage wash. The question is, how long ago was the gravel layer in place? This could show the potential for floodwater dry farming. A lost civilization may have found this place to be a favorable location to grow food, which would require just the right amount of water channeled into this plot to be dispersed evenly without damaging the crops. Typically, there would only be the need for a few of these overflow flooding events per growing season for a successful outcome. If this site was an actual farm, Native Americans probably had to do a considerable amount of work for it to function properly, including work at the inlet, located a fairly short distance upstream, essentially to help guide the water in from the main channel. It looks like the water might at times still flow into this feature, entering into the mysterious square-shaped formation where it is diverted around and dispersed into where the furrows appeared to have been operational. The inlet location is about 2 feet higher than this spot and would allow for a generous, slow flow of water. If all this is true, we may have found lost history and amazing ancient technology. At the same time, this theory is based on speculation and fits well into the realm of possibilities. The Sedona area is full of hidden ancient ruins, many of which have yet to be discovered. When using Google Earth, we can see things from above the landscape that are not noticeable from ground level, such as geologic oddities, meaning things that look out of place. Could this be a super rare meteor crater? If a meteor caused this anomalous crater-like shape found here, it could be viewed as a gift from nature, creating a place for ancient civilizations to grow food. And at the same time, it's a gift to us to try to figure it out.
Hey friends, it's nice to be back out again, and it's really nice additionally because we're going to check out a spot that my dad found on Google Earth. Oh wow, this looks so much different on foot. Whoa, this is actually really amazing. Not sure if I want to walk over there or not, because this could be sacred, but this is really cool. This definitely used to fill up with water, methinks. I haven't walked on what could be the structure. If there is a structure there, we don't know. There might be something buried. I'm still up here before the water stream drains into this catch area. I just want to look around at this mound in the middle. It's very curious to me, why Why would there be a mound in the middle? There was also another ruin we found nearby, which looks very old. It looks ancient. There's a more intact medicine wheel next to it, which may be more recent, but we admittedly don't know for sure. We speculate that this site may be connected to the main discovery we showed of what we believe to be an ancient farm. And after talking about it, we were thinking, perhaps, maybe they were using the medicine wheel to help them determine what time of year was best to plant their crops. On the next episode, we'll hike up to it in person and check it out even closer. Looks like we got a fence to cross here. Oh, I just wanted to say real quick, that it's always pretty interesting when I'm at a location that I've never been before, especially after living around Sedona, or living in Sedona my whole life, and spending a lot of time exploring around where I live especially, and the more popular sort of areas, I guess, some of them. And it's just so weird sometimes to get into some of these places like way out where I've never been before and probably not many people go. And I wonder the last time someone's been right here. Maybe when this fence was put up. Alrighty, let's keep moving. Oh, I thought it was like a homeless camp or something. What is it? A big piece of metal or something. It's part of a vehicle of some sort. Not sure exactly what kind. Looks like maybe a cab of a truck or something. Here's a really cool rock. Not totally sure what kind it is. I don't know 100% what it is. It's a mystery. But I'm thinking might be Native American, might be natural. I don't think it's pioneer. So whether it's natural or Native American, it's amazing whatever it is.
Okay, did you find any structure or artifacts, pottery, anything around, anything?
Not much, no. We finally got access to decent LiDAR in this area, and the images are fascinating. In some ways, this giant structure kind of looks like a water tank, but I don't think it's a tank, or at least not a more modern pioneer one. I've seen a lot of rancher tanks, and this one looks significantly different in quite a few different ways. I asked AI about it, and it said that, especially because of all the lines or furrows inside of it, that it also does not think this is a more modern pioneer tank. Native Americans did build their own tanks as well, and sometimes I wonder if some of the more modern tanks used to be Native American and were eventually just sort of taken over by the pioneers and used by them because it was easier for them to just use what was already there instead of making totally new ones. Also, in this drone shot, right below the main structure in the main drainage creek, it almost kind of looks like there's some check dams or some stonework in there as well. Something I find curious is that in this drone shot, I noticed an unusual black rock poking out of the top of the mound, which makes me wonder what it is. I wish I knew what was going on with this site, and maybe someday in the future we can get access to even more powerful LiDAR to look deeper. Plus, we also talked about potentially going out there again with a metal detector at some point. As much as we think this is probably an ancient Native American farming site, this is still a mystery, and this story is still not solved. We will update you in the future if we learn more about it.
Ask for a miracle, a mystery of life to unfold, then move out of its expansive way. A gentle movement of wonder and imagination is its birth. Ponder the small things, and the big ones will also appear. Feel gratitude dance through you as loving wisdom leads the way. Today is a day of beauty. Allow it space. Let the magic fly to you and embrace it with delight.
Thanks for coming along on another adventure. We would love to have you join us again in the future. And also, please feel free to check out some of our other previous videos on this channel as well. We've got a lot more to share, and we look forward to sharing more unique discoveries and fun memories with you in the future.